at it.
Well, if I'm not the luckiest person in the entire world, then to have one of my favorite, though I'm not saying other people are not my favorites, but clients of my Worthy Wealthy Woman inner circle with me today. And we're going to talk a little bit about the work that we did together. And I'm going to let Shannon tell you a little bit about herself. But in case she doesn't mention it, she is a legend. I want you to know that. And working with her and seeing her growth over the last few years has been something that has brought me a lot of personal rewards. So welcome, Shannon. Thank you so much for joining me today. And tell the people who are watching a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Well, first off, I want to say I'm so happy to be here. Tammy, you have just made such an impact on my life and just what I feel about myself. So I'm sure we'll get into that, but start with that. Yeah, my name's Shannon Hutchison, and I run a company called Beyond Our Image. I'm a photographer, an educator, and a community builder. And so my photographs are all centered around authentic people and authentic moments because photographs can really connect us and bring us together, whether it's connecting us to a customer or connecting us to a moment. Photographs can do that. And through my education, I can teach people as well how to take photographs that can do that same thing.
Yeah. And it is amazing, I think, that the photos and they create lasting value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I have photos from my parents who are now both in heaven, right? And I look back on them and I'm just like, it brings me such joy. So the work that you do is totally incredible. So I think back to, I remember when I first met you. It was a number of years ago now, like I wouldn't even, I think maybe 5 or even 6 or something like that years ago. And I think what always is something that resonates with me about you, Shannon, is like your spirit, your energy, right? Like you're just excited and you're just fun. I always say that you need to write a book about how to have fun because you certainly know how to do that. And I think what I've seen you do is take those dreams that you had in your imagination, really start pulling them into your reality, and how you have grown is a remarkable testament to your willingness to take action. So when you think back to when we first started working together, what do you think is one of the beliefs that maybe was holding you back about who you are and what you're capable of, or a shift that you had in one of your beliefs?
Yeah. The biggest shift, which has been amazing because it hasn't just helped my life or like my business, but also my life, was I've always had a belief that things will work out, and I thank my mom and dad for that. It's an amazing thing. So I've never been scared to take risks, which has been great. And I have done lots of random things that a lot of people wouldn't, but I never gave myself credit for what transpired, I guess. So yeah, just an example, I decided to ride a tandem bike across Canada and I tried to pick up hitchhikers. And I remember at the end of it, it was from Newfoundland to Victoria. And I remember at the end of it, people were like, wow, that was amazing. I can't believe you did that. That's incredible. And I always would say, it was easy. And, the universe helped out and people came and I just gave the credit to everybody else. And, it wasn't until you and I started to work together that I realized that that power came from within me. And of course, I'm grateful for like all the people that help. And of course, but I held myself at such a lower standard than everybody else. Um, and so that shift of like just thinking, wow, I am incredible. And I never thought I would say that. I really never thought I would say that, but to actually feel it within me has been the biggest gift I could get.
Yeah. And I've seen that in you. And I think that's interesting. That's how I see that gift that I gave myself of finally believing I was worthy. Like it's the best gift that I ever received because your real true power is on the inside.
Yeah.
right? And I have actually what you just I love that you recognize that change because I've seen that in you. And it doesn't take away from the people who have supported you because we always have people who do, but we also have to be able to say, I'm a rock star, I'm a legend, right? Look what I've done. So because that's what helps us even do bigger things. So good for you.
Well, and also like I find just in my daily life, like it's helped me get out of my head. So
Mhm.
like I make a mistake and because I have that belief about, wow, I'm magnificent, then it's okay. Like it doesn't stay with me. I'm not like running around trying to fix everything and
Yeah.
make sure that everything's okay. It just allows me to relax and yeah. Anyway, it's been
And
amazing.
that kind of ties into to like how has your thinking changed? Because that really is a skill about thinking is to be able to step outside your mind, right?
Right. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think I thinking wise, it's the same thing. It's just thinking about how amazing I am has been such a shift. Like, yeah, it's a thought that I never had before. Like, I think we talked about it, but I do my gratitude journal and everything was about everybody else and like which was great. I still do the gratitude journal, but now because of you I've added the success journal and that's about me and seeing the successes is like I feel like every experience there's gratitude towards it and there's success towards it. So it's like um yeah, the thinking of bringing myself into the equation as well now
Yeah.
has been really big.
And really, I think that taking charge of what you think, because I used to just believe everything that floated through my mind. And that can be very dangerous, right? Because most of it's not even true because it's just sometimes even a repeat of the day before. So I think that's what I think is so important is when you can say out loud that, yeah, I am, right? I am magnificent because we are, right? That we truly are. And the gift about that is that it allows you to give at even a higher level and to achieve things that are going to have more impact in the world. So what do you think is an action that came from you making these shifts in your beliefs and your thinking? What kind of actions has it led to?
I want to share one other thinking. I'm just thinking
Yes.
is working with you, I have become so much more strategic. So
Mm,
that has shifted my thinking a lot. So when I'm looking at a scenario, I'm a lot more clever about how I'm going about it and seeing like where there's opportunities where I wouldn't have seen it before. So how can I bring more people into this? How can I create more connections? That's been a very big thing. And now oh yeah, actions, that's what you're asking. And because of that, I'm able to um, just be more strategic within my business.
yeah.
And then with the thinking and the belief about how awesome I am, it has made quoting easier. It has made pricing things easier. Um, and then a big thing is before I didn't really want to I don't know, put offers out there was kind of scary for me. And now it's fun. It's kind of like a game, like you're trying to figure out a game in a good way, like you're
Yeah.
trying to figure out, okay, will this land? Is this good? Is the wording good? And it makes it a lot more fun, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I think those are the biggest ones.
And
Um,
that's
feeling
being a business owner, right?
like,
So I think whether you're building your career, your business, like strategy means you're not leaving your success to chance. And it is a new way of thinking. So I'm really glad that you brought that up because it is about being able to think outside the box and come up with solutions and think of different ways because you're constantly having to do, different things. So I really love that. What
I
would you
haven't
say?
done any,
Go
so
ahead.
can I keep going?
Yes, you can. You
Okay.
can.
Another thing was my life has generally been quite good. Like, things have come to me and it's worked out, but I just allowed things to come to me. So I wasn't thriving, but I was doing okay, right? And I find now with the change of belief, like I'm creating opportunities. So I'm not just I'm not waiting for somebody to contact me and say, can you do this photography job for me? Or speaking or whatever. I'm creating those moments. So I've launched a bunch of different things recently, and one of them did great, and one of them I probably won't go that route, right? But because of the belief that I know that I can do this and I'm worth it and I'm great, then I'm able to put these offers into the world and create these moments instead of just waiting for it to come.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference.
I mean, that is a big thing about the difference between letting our brain run our lives, right? And us being in charge, is that sometimes people think that creating means something woohoo, but it actually is about you're willing to take different action when you believe in yourself, right? So instead of just hoping that something was going to come to you, right? Because I spent a lot of my time, like probably a few decades, waiting for opportunity, but there's a difference between waiting and creating. I love that. Geez, you're giving me some of my own insights right back to me. So I love that. That's what I think happened in our last session. What I really seen from you is just how far you have come, because really I was just like a brainstorming partner, because you had already had all these strategic plans and you were putting all this stuff into action. And so we all need to have a brainstorming partner, a thinking partner, right? So, and I was sitting there thinking, she is on fire, right? So I think that is totally incredible. So when you think about, I mean, you've basically said the results that have come to you, but when you think about where you were when you started working together and where you are now, what would you say is something that you've achieved that you're proud of? I mean, there's so many things.
Um, yeah, lots of things. Gaining clarity has been a big one.
Mhm.
Um, to be honest, like what I've achieved that is the thing I'm like most proud of is how my thoughts have changed and how I feel day to day has changed, because I'm still like, and I've learned this from you, like as a business person, you're still just putting things out there, strategic ways, and you're seeing what happens, and you're not attaching yourself to it. You're just like, okay, now I'll try this, now I'll try this. And so I think my achievement is just being able to do those. I mean, I've had lots of amazing things happen
Yeah,
with video projects and with photography growing and with my online course starting and all
yeah,
of that. But the biggest achievement for me has been in mindset shift. And so I'm no longer scared about where I'm at, and I'm no longer also attached to where I'm at. I'm just having fun with like throwing things out. And I mean, this week I landed quite a few jobs that I've been wanting, and so that feels good. But what feels the best is that I'm okay like putting it out there and seeing kind of what happens.
yeah. Taking action. It's always been interesting to me that that's something that action people think it's just common sense, and doesn't everybody take action? But in reality, no, we're mostly held back by what's happening on the inside, right? So we might be getting up every day and getting dressed and, you know, going to work or going to our business, but we're not really taking action that's going to lead us anywhere. So, and I'm definitely proud of you. So if someone was going to say, hey, should I hire that Tammy Sugar Girl?
That,
Either as a coach or, you know, to do some training inside my organization, what would you tell them?
yeah, without a doubt, yes, 100% yes. Um, just the fact that one, you bring so much fun and energy to every single room, which is such a bonus. But also you have an ability to shift people's thinking in a way that people can believe in themselves. And that's one of the biggest gifts I think that you can get.
Yeah. Thank you. My son says that too. So that's a big compliment coming from you. So thank you very much. Okay. Now tell me, where can people find you?
Yes. You can find me at www.beyondarimage.com, as well as you can find me on Instagram at Shannon Hutchison Photo. So yeah. come.
And you don't want to miss out on this opportunity, because one of the gifts that Shannon gives is really that ability to draw out that image that actually radiates out the spirit and essence of a person into the world. And you're not just doing it for yourself at that time, but you're actually leaving a gift behind for all the people that love you, because I love my photos, and I know so many people who do. Even in the age with them being on the phone, my grandchildren will still come and they'll look at my photo album. So they'll be like, "Oh, Grandma, I didn't know you were that young before," right? So what you do is amazing work, but more importantly, you're a very talented, amazing young woman who has a big future and a big empire. Filled with all of the rewards that you deserve because you've worked for it. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks so much, Tammy. Yeah, I love it. And thank you for those compliments. I love doing it. And I love the fact that with photos, you can do it with business to connect with customers, or you can do it with families, like, but it's all capturing that connection that's authentic and not forced. It's the biggest thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Those are excellent words to close this on, because it really is about the connection, isn't it?
yeah, always.
Thank
Thanks.
you very much.